She was the wife, daughter, and employee who'd do anything for anybody and never asked for anything herself. Good old Lou, the family fixer, so desperate to be liked that she never noticed that they didn't respect her. Lou felt the shame of her stupidity flatten her, just as a cloud burst overhead and the rain finally arrived. Lou let it pummel her, uncaring that she was getting wet and her dark hair was plastered to her forehead. The sea was unusually rough, and waves threw themselves wildly against the beach, green and brown tangles of seaweed washing in and out. Her mother had made an art installation out of seaweed once. Her mother. Out of the pain of last night, her mother's revelation was the worst. She'd taken Lou's childhood in one sharp move, smashed the perfect memories. "What did I do wrong?" Lou screamed at the ocean. The ocean ignored her and continued its giant swooping of water onto the beach. One sad woman standing in the rain was not on its agenda. Lou kicked at the sand, scattering dark lumps like demerara sugar all around. "I hate everyone!" She stared at the sea and the dark and frightening thoughts snaked back into her head. It had been there last night, rippling around in her aching heart, flitting in and out of her brain like a slow-acting poison as she lay in her bed, dry-eyed. She could gently go. She had decided. She wouldn't walk under a bus. No, that was not her. But if a bus flattened her when it veered out of control, that'd be okay, right? She'd cease to exist and all this pain would go away. Was that a terrible thing to think? Emily, Tony and Gloria would miss her. But Emily was grown up, happy in college and living away from home. A mother had to be there for her child. Except Emily was a wonderful grown-up now. Gentle, kind, loving, funny. Lou could leave her peacefully knowing she'd done her best. Tony and Gloria would be there for her. And Ned. He was a good father, for all that he thought Lou was a piece of the furniture. Would Lillian be there for her granddaughter? Who knew? Lillian used people, it seemed. Like so many of the people in her life had used Lou. In all her years of fighting depression and anxiety, Lou had never felt the way she did now, as if she was suddenly, frighteningly teetering on a precipice. How many times had she been on this beach and felt alone? Yet she never in her life felt this alone. "Wish you were here, Mim," Lou said into the wind. She'd never have felt alone with Mim around. Mim had been that rare creature, a soul friend who understood everything about Lou. Lou hadn't had to try explain anxiety and depression to her. In general, explaining it was hopeless. People who never felt that way rarely understood the fear of the dark hole a person could fall into. They never grasped that anxiety or depression were not things she could get over, that they were constantly throbbing inside her body, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Mim had understood, but Mim wasn't here. Lou began to cry at the enormity of her thoughts. She couldn't do it, not to any of them. Lou loved them all too much, but she hurt so much too. "I knew you'd come here." The shock of the interruption made Lou whisk around at lightning speed. She rapidly wiped away her tears as she faced her sister. Tony stood behind her, a waterproof fisherman's hat jammed on her head, keeping the blade-like blonde hair dry. Her tall, slender figure was enveloped in a bulky padded coat that also appeared to be rainproof because drops of rain were sheeting off it. Even in crisis, Tony looked perfect. Tony would never recover if Lou walked into the sea. Or Emily. Her darling Emily. What had she been thinking? She could never do that, not to her family. "I came here to be alone," said Lou, and almost immediately